I show you. All right, go to Psalm 149. So he already brought out that God's chosen people, all the Israelites, right? And these 12 tribes have to keep the commandments to get salvation, right? So you don't ever want to take it as, like he brought out, you don't want to take this as a moment in time or a moment in history, right? You go home, you sit down, turn on Netflix, and everything you just learned just leaves your brain, right? Read.
This is the book of Psalms 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
So all these things that he showed, the statutes, the commandments that officers bring up to you about women shouldn't wear pants, you can't eat crab, shrimp, pork, lobster, all those things. This thing you have to do, the Sabbath, the high holy days. He went through the Sabbath with you, how to keep it. So all these things that he went over, God showed us how to do these things, right? But he also showed us what would happen if we didn't do them, right? Read it again.
He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation. And also for his judgments, they have not known them.
So as you learn it, right, you're going to hear people say these things of, well, what they told you was wrong because God loved everybody and God deals with everybody. But what did this just say? It's a select few, right? If I chose you for a position, right, a job opening, right, and I chose you, I said, this is your job, this is your responsibility, you do these things, right? Can the next person that didn't get the job still get the benefits or the money from the job? So why would you take common sense out of just how everything naturally works and then make it just for everybody else, right? Even though God himself just said, what? Read it again.
He had not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord.
So none of the nations know God's judgment besides Israel, right? Get Psalms 83, actually. Psalms 83. So these man-made religions are the things they put into our communities, right? How many Baptists you know? Your whole family Baptist, right? Who made Baptist? Who made Baptist? John Smith. What is it? We got Mormons. What is he? You got, what's that? Adventists. What is it? 7-day Adventists. What's that? Oh, dang. What about Jehovah's Witness? They come to your doorstep. Knock on the door. They got a comic book with what's called the Lighthouse. They got all these things, but who made it? Dang. What? Pentecostal. Who made that? So all these people, so if they made these religions, what other things would you think they lied to you about? You see what I'm saying? So it's important for our people. That's why we come out here, for our people to understand. I got a question. Hey, is baptism a man-made religion? Look at this sign right here. What does it say right there? Yep, white man made it, right? So if a white man made it right out of slavery, basically, in the 1800s, do you think it was for our best interest? Not interest, right? I was so hurt. You know what a Mormon is? Well, Mormon is like this man-made religion by a guy named Joseph Smith. He said he found a lost part of the Bible in the forest somewhere, and he said, black people are cursed people. You see what I'm saying? So the reason why we out here is because of this. Read Psalms 83.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Right, so our enemies make a tumult. Tumult is an angry gathering, right? Meaning they have a meeting about what? Read.
And they that hate thee have lifted up their head.
How would those that hate us lift up their head? With these. You got man-made religions, right? You got Islam, Muslims, what's that? Rastafarian. Are any of these people that made these things us? You see a so-called black man made in these religions? But are people flooded into the church of these things? So, read it again.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
It says they that hate you, right? So our people have become comfortable in the condition that we're in. Our people have become comfortable with being called Baptist, Mormon, Adventist, Jehovah's Witness, Pentecostal, right? Right. Could you may ask somebody, hey, what's your nationality? American. Hey, what's your nationality? Yeah, black. But they look exactly Does Baptists teach that you're the Israelites and you need to keep the commandments? They don't, right? They teach you how to get dipped in water and then you can get to heaven. Dang, Mormons think that black people are a curse. If you're a Mormon, your books say that having black skin is a curse and God hates you. But it says what? Read it again.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
So it's important I'm bringing this out because as you learn, you have to understand that not everybody, the other nations never had our best interests. You see what I'm saying? So there's things you have to see in a different light of, okay, this doesn't promote me keeping the commandments whatsoever and only to my detriment, right? For example, stuff like this, the big old parades and the A&T homecoming, right? What did it have the kids, for example, get Micah 2 and 11. 2 and 10, Micah 2 and 10. I'll show you something. So, what was, most people don't see it as a big deal, but it's really a big deal. Watch this. You got it, Micah 2 and 10. Read.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
The reason why people get into things like this every year is because they get to are so comfortable in captivity, and the things that these people taught are results of stuff like this to the point it's become their rest, right? Because is anybody here besides you right now stopping to listen? Where are you going? To the game, right? At any point in time, Christ only comes back for those that keep the commandments, right? And they all breaking the Sabbath right now. So you get what I'm getting at, right? Read it again.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is not our rest. Hey, family right here, can I ask you a question? There's one question. I'll ask her. Are you a Baptist? You know Baptist, right? Everybody got Baptist in their family, right? Who made that religion? Man made it, right? A so-called white man made the religion. I'm going to show you real quick. Look real quick. This guy during slavery helped oppress us. And half the people in our family what? Baptist. You see what I'm saying? You got a flyer? Get a flyer and read it. So what we tell her is this place that we live in is a polluted place. Right. You're going to fall into things like this: Islam, Muslim, Rastafarian, non-denomination, whatever thing you want to say that's not subscribing to the Bible. And all it's going to do is further put us in this situation. You see what I'm saying? It may not be this now, but did he kill us in the streets? Did he kill us in the streets and plead himself not guilty?
Bring it out.
Read this again.
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
He said, arise ye and depart because this is not your rest.
Right.
Because when the moment you feel like this place is comfortable and you feel like these things are the things to do, when you get killed in the street, you'll be mad for how long? A couple weeks?
Teacher.
Now what? You better doing this. They said somebody just got shot up there like last week or something, right? What's everybody doing? Over here. When George Floyd died, right? The whole world went into an uproar, right? What now? So-called Asians, if you disrespect one of them, they'll stop shopping at your whole establishment.
Teacher.
Who was it? Did the monkey, H&M did a monkey hoodie with a little kid? We stopped shopping at H&M? We didn't stop shopping at H&M, did we? We didn't boycott, we didn't do nothing. We were just like, well, dang, that's crazy. They call him a monkey. But the Bible say what?
Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
There's going to be things that's supposed to wake us up and say, dang, this is not our rest. We got to leave this condition that we in. Can you read it?
Because it is polluted.
It says because this place is polluted, right? You know, I said I was making a point earlier about what happened today. For example, the little girls that be dancing, right? How do they be dressed? They be dressed provocatively, right? Dancing, right? And people be standing there watching like, oh, yeah, do a dance, right? If you was by yourself in your house right now and you had the images on your computer, what's going to happen to you? You're going to jail. You see what I'm saying? If you took those same pictures and put them on your computer and was just sitting there in your room and somebody saw you, going to jail.
We get out.
But just because it's a homecoming parade, it's okay. You see, you get what I'm getting at? That's why I said what, Reed?
Because it is polluted.
It's polluted. The place is polluted and our people's mind have been polluted. So we don't see when things are wrong. Right. It's like, oh dang, just little girls dancing provocatively in front of a whole bunch of people. That's perfectly fine, it's a parade. But if you heard somebody on the news say, man, he had a little girl on his computer just provocatively, you'd be like, man, that man's sick. Right. But you was at the parade yesterday. For like 3 hours, like, yeah, she did a good job.
Look it out.
You see what I'm saying? But go back to Psalms 83. So that's why I bring up the point of you have to realize that the things that our people are part of are the things that the world give us isn't always for our best interest, right? Because we're supposed to be keeping the Sabbath right now, right? Everybody's cooking, everybody's buying, everybody's selling. Ain't nobody commandments out in their mind whatsoever. Read again.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel.
They took crafty counsel. What does the word crafty mean? If you met somebody that's crafty, what does that mean? Sneaky. They took a sneaky, it was angry and they decided to be sneaky with it. They say, hey, everybody come to the greatest homecoming ever. We're going to do all this stuff on the Sabbath.
Bring it out.
You're going to have fun. You know God killed somebody for picking up sticks on the Sabbath? He's going to cook on the Sabbath? A singular man. He erased them. Look around, who do you see? So, somebody say, man, God don't care about this. If God came back and saw this, what's going to happen? Everybody dying that's not keeping the commandments.
Right.
And 2/3 not going to keep them.
Right.
That's 1 out of every 1,000 people going to keep the commandments. Read.
Thy crafty counsel against thy people, and consult against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off, being a nation.
Look around. Just look around. Just look. Don't be afraid to look. Yeah, look. See? Got the dang Trojan man, whatever you want to call him, on the bike. Nobody know. Type of stuff that happened, right? But is this a nation of people? How do you think they carry themselves as a nation? Everybody, how they carry themselves? Not according to the commandments, right? He said so that they may what?
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
And what?
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Did that work? When that happened, it said the name of Israel shall no longer be in remembrance. Did that happen? Because when you walked up, did you know you was an Israelite?
Teacher.
Get Isaiah 1 and 3. Did you know you was an Israelite? You didn't, right? So, yes, how you doing, brother? You got a second? You got a second? Read the signs while you're walking by real quick. So, you didn't know when you first came up, right? So, yes, you learned that you're an Israelite. You learned that our people went to slavery. You know that Christ is black, right? He went on Revelation 1:14 with you? If you did, I'll go over it again. Make sure you understand, right? So you didn't know these things when you first came up. So, read. Watch this.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knowing his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
So an ox and an ass are 2 dumb animals. The ox is a stubborn animal, and the ass is a dumb animal. Well, backwards. The ox is the dumb animal, and the ass is the stubborn animal. The ox knows his what?
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib.
He said an ox know who's on him, right? So if you took an ox and took it and tried to give somebody else, what the ox gonna do? They're gonna turn back and go back to who it belonged to, right? And it says an ass knows his master's crib, meaning what? No matter where you put him, he's gonna find his way back to where he at.
Right.
Read.
But Israel does not know. My people does not consider.
We don't know who our God is or what our homeland is. Because if you ask somebody, like watch. Brothers, you believe in Jesus? No, you don't believe in Jesus. How you doing, bro? You believe in Jesus? You don't answer. Hey, do you know who you are according to the Bible? He does. He does? You know who you according to the Bible? Chances are they just don't know. It's either one or two, right? Read, because they are what?
A sinful nation.
It's just a sinful nation. Remember we read about the land being polluted? It being polluted promotes us being a sinful nation. Now it's just so normal to us. So you don't care that if somebody say, hey, you know you're Israelite, you're just like, okay. You don't get to heaven? Yeah, how you do that? I believe in Jesus, I agree with everything you say, but I don't agree with everything you say. So which one is it? Well, Jesus loved me, and they walk away. Does it make sense? That's how people think because of what? Read.
A people laden with iniquity.
It said they're laden with iniquity. It's second nature for us to commit sins and do things like that when we don't keep the commandments. Because the commandments are ultimately there to change us.
Right.
Right? Because that's why Officer said, he said, make haste when you learn these things. Don't just sit around and be like 3 days later, you're like, man, you know, I'll just do it, whatever. It's always gonna be there. I stand there for like you stand here for like how long? About 3, 4 hours. So you're telling me you're gonna stand for 3 to 4 hours and go home and just not do nothing. It don't make sense, right?
Right.
Read.
A seed of evildoers. Children that are corrupted.
So our children are corrupted. This nature promotes us children being corrupted, right? Because is being a baby mama perpetual? Does it just happen? It happens at a younger and younger age, right? First it was 18, then it was 16, then it was 14. You got little girls like 15 walking here by themselves, with just boys just walking around. You got kids? If your kid was out here just walking around, what would happen? Huh? That's what I'm saying. How is your child? 19. Is a girl, boy, girl? Girl. So she's out here just by herself. And he told her, hey, don't go to this. Don't go to the homecoming today. And she out here with boys just doing whatever she wants. You don't feel no type of way about it? Would you be upset? Is she out here with you? Okay. All right, read.
They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger.
So, because we didn't want to keep the commandments, God did that to us. God ain't no white guy with a pink robe on talking about I love everybody.
Right.
God kills people.
That's right.
Did the flood happen? How many people live? 8? All the billions of people on the planet, God killed everybody except for 8.
Teach y'all.
So you think he changed? He's just like, you know what? They tried me before and I killed them. But they tried me again, I ain't gonna kill them. God said he's gonna do it with fire this time.
That's right.
They ain't no boat for fire.
Right.
You know what a nuke is? You know what an ICBM missile is? What's the one? It's called Satan 2. There's a missile called Satan. When the missile hit, it can destroy Texas in like an hour. I'm talking about incinerate Texas in an hour.
Right.
You gonna outrun a missile? You should. It gotta be real. Like it's like yeah, you learn you're Israelite, but you also gotta remember like ain't nothing. It's nothing for this to happen. It's nothing for destruction to come our way at any point in time.
Bring it out.
Because we can say this and we preach to the wind, everybody can listen, but all these moments are actually recorded. When Christ come back and he said, hey, I'm gonna kill you, like, I never heard it. They're gonna flash back to this exact point when us like, hey, y'all the Israelites, keep the commandments. Hey, stop indulging in wickedness. And what they doing? I asked you who you say, who? He turned to an owl here, who? No, keep the commandments. Read.
They are going away backward.
They have gone away what?
Backward.
Backwards. So the more we do this, the farther we get away with God. No matter what nobody tell you, if they ain't keeping no commandments, they going farther away from God. They gonna go to church tomorrow. Probably 85% of everybody go to church tomorrow. And do what? Can I say like like this, the Sabbath. You learn the Sabbath, right? Can't buy, sell, cook, clean, work, either congregate, right? If they say you can make any day the Sabbath, in their case, Sunday would be the Sabbath, right? Do they buy, sell, cook, clean on the Sunday? They do, they'll buy, sell, work. They do all those things on the Sunday. So they don't even keep their own Sabbath that they made up for themselves. So you expecting these people that's moving backwards to teach you how to keep the commandments? These people are a nation of people out here, they're going to continue to do these things. Our people are hard-headed. You know, like you heard like a kid don't learn until something happen, like the stove analogy, right? You don't know the stove hot until you touch it, right? And then once you realize how hot it is, you're supposed to pull your hand away. Our people touch the stove and then leave it there and their hand melt into the stove. They're like, man, it's hot over here. Yeah, it's fine. I can deal with it. It's perfectly fine. You know, I'm fine. Bro, I see the bone in your hand. Yep, that's just... This is how life goes, like for me, I guess. But no, we're supposed to stop. That's going backwards. Are you mentally right if you could do that? So if we learn that slavery happened because we broke the commandments, right? And then we come teach our people, hey, stop committing sin so we can avoid stuff like this happening again, and they keep doing it. Are our people mentally straight? No. There was no therapy after 400 years of slavery, right? But the Bible is supposed to be that therapy for us, right? It's supposed to remind us, hey, I went to slavery because I broke the commandments. I touched the stove and it was hot. I don't need to touch the stove no more. Our people learn through, what's the word, pain. You say pain's the best teacher? You ever heard that? Pain is the best teacher. So this is supposed to teach us, hey, you gotta keep the commandments.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.